there and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the Toneda protein cookies, and I'm going to be taste testing all 4 flavors, including the new double chocolate chip cookie, which I am super pumped about. So if you are new to the channel, hello and welcome. I'm Katie, a registered dietitian and personal trainer, and I'm hugely passionate about helping you find a healthier relationship with food without dieting or restriction. So if you're new to the channel, I have been a TAU girl since I think 2013 or 14. I have been a really big supporter of the Toneda products from the beginning, and their protein cookies are something that took me a long time to actually try out. And there are definitely some ones that I think that you should know about and some that you should definitely just save your money on. Without further ado, let's just taste test these cookies and talk a little bit about some of the benefits, maybe some of the cons, and what my overall thoughts are. All right, so let's start with the double chocolate chip, the newest flavor to the Toneda protein cookie fam. I will post the nutrition content up here for those of you who are interested. It is a high fiber, high-ish protein cookie. It has 10 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, and it's about 180 calories per cookie. So pretty good snack serving size for a protein cookie. So this definitely smells like a brownie, looks very cookie-like. I hate eating and talking. So this one is super, super good. Definitely resemblant, is that a word? Definitely reminds me of a brownie, maybe on the lighter side of a brownie, and I can't believe the stats on this for tasting as good as it tastes. So the top ingredients of the protein cookie are a gluten-free flour blend. This is a gluten-free cookie, by the way, and I'm pretty sure all of them are. So that's another pro if you are someone who is gluten-free. But the top ingredient is the gluten-free flour blend, which has hemp heart flour, cassava flour, potato starch. No traditional flour, and I'm sure that is probably how it gets its high fiber and high protein content. This is definitely one of the top ones, if not the top one, but let's go through the lineup and see how each of these compare. All right, so next up is their regular chocolate chip cookie. Very similar ingredients, very similar nutrition profile, slightly less fiber than the first one I noticed, just 1 gram less, but same amount of protein. These bags are kind of hard to open. I'm gonna put all these in a bag, by the way, after this, so don't worry, I'm not having like 24 grams of fiber in 1 serving. I think my GI tract might shut down if I did. Okay. So I noticed on the mouthfeel of both of these, this one more so, there's definitely that starchy mouthfeel. It's hard to describe. It definitely makes your mouth dry. Maybe I'm just dehydrated right now, but I can definitely taste the starchy flour in this. Not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I understand it's a protein cookie, so it's not exactly like a Mrs. Fields cookie, so I'm not expecting the world from this. But nonetheless, I do notice that kind of starchy flavor, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the potato starch if I had to guess. You know, since the top 3 ingredients are hemp flour, cassava flour, and potato starch, tone it up if you're watching this, which I'm almost guaranteeing you're not. I would almost wonder if garbanzo flour would be a good alternative. Now, still like starchy, but in my experience in food science class, it works really well as a flour. So maybe try that, and maybe that would make this taste less starchy. Not bad. I definitely like the chocolate chip one. It's probably comes second to the double chocolate chip one, just because the double chocolate can cover up the starchy flavor a little better than this one does, but this one is still high up on the list. Also on the nutrition list, I noticed allulose is the next ingredient. And allulose, while you may not have heard of it, and I had to look it up myself, is not an artificial sweetener. It's actually a sugar, but a rare type of sugar. It was approved by the FDA in 2015, and it is found in small amounts in wheat and raisins. And it looks like it is said to have a benefit of having a less big of an impact on blood sugar for diabetics. So while the jury is still out and they're still doing small trials on allulose, I thought that was kind of cool and a really promising sugar to put in something like a protein cookie. I thought that was really cool. And hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos on how to fuel your fitness and nutrition goals without restriction and deprivation. I also just created the Mindful Muscles Academy, which is a mindful eating based course with nutrition and mindful eating tips for a fit and active lifestyle so you can get toned and confident without restrictive dieting. So check that out if that's something that interests you and if you're interested in working with me. And let's get back into the review. All right, next up on the list is the Snickerdoodle Cookie. So just FYI for those of you out there, I think the double chocolate chip cookies that we talked about in the beginning of the video, are at Target right now, and they're also online, but I don't think they're at Walmart yet, depending on where you're located and what you have nearby. So far, I highly recommend those first and foremost, and chocolate chip probably second. So far we're going in order. All right, so this one looks interesting. It has a little pattern right here, a little triangle, little mountain, and it smells really good. It smells almost like a gingerbread cookie, and it seems probably the softest of all of these so far, and has a little sugar on top. I can't tell if there's brown sugar or anything like that, but I can definitely, it smells like there's molasses in here, but I could be wrong too. Looks like the scent is coming mostly from the cinnamon, but hey, no matter what, it smells good. Okay. Definitely the chewiest one. I really like the first bite, but then man, that starch really comes out. I feel like the starch is increasing as I go down the line of these cookies. I really can't unsee it with my palate, if that makes sense. My tongue can't unsee it. I don't hate it, but it definitely has this like first taste, which is really good, and then that aftertaste, which is like, potato, but I don't hate it. It's so hard. This one is a really good one. I like it. Tone it up. Try the garbanzo flour and tell me how it works, because I feel like that might make it just a tad bit less starchy. All right, on to the next one. The next one up, we have the lemon blondie cookie, and it looks like it's similar ingredients than the ones before. The only difference that I see in this one is that it has the white chocolate chips, and it also has lemon juice, of course, to make it a little more lemony. Seems to have about the same nutrition profile. So let's check it out. Ooh. Okay, I got a whiff of like, I don't know how I feel. It looks good. It looks like a white chip macadamia nut cookie. Like, how many of y'all like Subway kids used to get white chip macadamia nut cookies every time you went to Subway? I know I definitely did. Yeah, this one, the scent is not really hitting me very good. Let's see, it's definitely thicker than all of the other that I have tried. I'm sure it varies, but it's definitely thicker, definitely like drier and breadier. I can already tell, because like there's not a whole lot of give to the cookie, and it like starts to crack the second that I hit it. Whereas like, if you compare it to Cookies Everywhere, whereas if you compare it to the Snickerdoodle, which is the one that I have in my hand right here, like you can almost like bend it in half. It's so chewy. But this one you definitely can't. The lemon one. Okay. Hopefully the table's not dirty because I just put it right on the table. All right. Without further, I don't know why I'm like scared. Anyway. Okay. Let's talk about that one. This one is definitely my least favorite. Maybe my face said it all. Definitely the driest one out of all four. I did get a hint of lemon and I enjoyed that part. I definitely wish there was more lemon in it. I think you could up that lemon way up here, way up here. I liked the chocolate chip. That was probably my favorite part of it. I had a really good bite of it, and they actually have some pretty like big chunks in the cookie. So they do a good job of that, but I'm not sure why the consistency of the lemon one is so vastly different from the chocolate chip one, for example, because I almost like understand the difference between the Snickerdoodle and the other cookies, like texture-wise, but I don't really understand why that one's so much more dry. And sorry, I'm burping from all these cookies. I don't understand why that one's so much more dry than the other ones. If I had to rank them, I would definitely rank them like double chocolate chip first. Best one, it is chewy, texture reminds me of a cookie, which it probably should if they're gonna put cookie on the label. And I like that the double chocolate part, so the whole cookie is chocolate and it covers up that starchy aftertaste. I really don't get a whole lot of any sort of aftertaste with the chocolate chunk. Second place is probably between the Snickerdoodle and the chocolate chip. Chocolate chip may be a little bit higher just because that's the kind of cookie I like better, but I can definitely taste the aftertaste in both the Snickerdoodle and the chocolate chip. And in the lemon, it's not even that I have this aftertaste. I feel like I can't even get to the aftertaste because it's so dry and just not quite there. I don't know, does it have a starchy aftertaste? Am I not being fair to this one? I just got like a white chocolate chip in my nail. I mean, there's definitely still the starchiness there. I wonder if the lemon kind of balances out that flavor. But yeah, this one, the primary problem is definitely the dryness. I'm confused. I wonder if it's just like the batch that I got, or I wonder if it's just the recipe for that one is slightly different. I don't know, but I'm not a huge fan of that one. So I definitely have to rate it double chocolate chunk, chocolate chip, with a close third being Snickerdoodle, and then lemon cookie being the last one. Let me know in the comment section below, have you tried any of these Tone It Up cookies yet? And if so, which one is your personal favorite and which one is your least favorite? And if you haven't tried any of them yet, which one looks the most appealing per your cookie tastes? All right, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in more Tone It Up related videos, I'll leave a playlist in the description, and I'll also leave a video right here that I think you'll love.